Good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you may be or where you may be watching. We've got ourselves a heck of a day ahead of us. Lots of games on the table in the third German Bundesliga, but today we will be focusing on this one. Braunschweig against Cottbus Energie, and, well, it really won't get to be much more of a wonderful finish to the season. Braunschweig currently sitting in 14th overall in the standings on this 38th match day. 2 points ahead of those relegation spots down at 17, separating them. Energie right behind them in terms of the table position. They're at 15th. They have the same amount of points. It's goal differential right now that separates the two in the lower spot. So ultimately, there is a lot that can happen. With 3 points for a victory, Sonnenhof Grossesbach, have a chance to move up past one or both of these teams, especially considering their goal differential is better as well. Carl Zeiss Jena sitting at 43 points, just in that last non-relegated spot at 16. And, well, I expect this to be a very, very tightly contested game for the entirety of 90-plus minutes. A victory will seal their fates. They will not have to do anything different other than have a better season next year for whichever team gets those 3 points, of course. You don't want to be put into this position where on the very last day of the year, your hopes ride not only on yourselves, but on someone else. That's never a good feeling. Straight off the bat, a little defensive aggression. First set piece, see what we can get here. Much defensive clearance at first. Follow-up chance, a little close to offside. Indeed it was. Behind the last few defenders. Easy whistle. He played out to push the tempo early here perhaps. Energie. Near side with a little pace was Marcel Bar, but stripped from his feet. Taro doing his best as well, but he takes a little bit of a dive. Caught up and tangled with Kevin Weidlich. Midfield. Visitors looking for the long ball, almost finding it as well. Mamba lurking around. Back line, as he trots back to put a little pressure on. Another long ball, this one into the box as well, and a little collision. Nothing from the referee as of yet. May give a warning or two about those kinds of confrontations. Bart did what he could to try and thread his man forward. Sometimes just not meant to be. But early on, both sides showing a little recklessness, so to speak, going for broke, looking for that early goal. It will be absolutely massive in this game. Braunschweig actually have themselves a better position, so to speak, than their opponents. Energie. They only need the 1 point to stave off those bottom 4 spots. And some head-to-head matchups factoring into all of this as well. Bottom line, though, Energie need themselves a victory if they want to have another season of competition here. The last couple of games have gone Energie's way. Last 5, they've got 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. So racking up a couple points. Braunschweig coming off a loss, 2 draws and 2 Ws in the same 5-game span. Home side controlling midfield. What kind of approach we go for this time. Once again, looking for the lofted ball behind the defense. Getting a piece of it there was Ba, but he could not keep it under control. First touch was not optimal. Both teams looking for it, and that run was beautifully timed. Lofted a little. No, the loft was great. Right on target, just miscalculated where it would fall, perhaps. Keepers getting quite a number of opportunities to play the ball, although most of them have been goal kicks so far. Still rather quick pace in the opening 5 minutes so far. For a whistle, will receive one, and perhaps a card as well. Definitely looking like a yellow indeed. That's certainly showing the early aggression. Perhaps a bit too aggressive there. The issue, of course, not that he getting the yellow just for hitting it with his arm there, but certainly appeared like he stopped the ball a little bit from rolling through. Play around the far side at the moment. No quarter being given by either side so far, as was to be expected. Second offside, one for each team playing. In terms of the history between these two, they've met 7 times, this being the 8th. Braunschweig have come away victorious twice, Cottbus 3 times. And we've got ourselves 2 draws to finish it up as well. So overall, the edge you give to the visitors. But with this being a home game, you've got to give the home side some benefit of the doubt in the end. And we'll see if the scoring lives up to its name. Usually about 2 goals when these two teams square away. And with both averaging 1 goal a game. 1.26 so far for the home side, Braunschweig, whereas Energie Cottbus have averaged 1.37 through the 37-game campaign so far. It doesn't take into account some of the tournaments or any friendlies of that matter, just the regular league table and matchups in those 37 games. Of course, this being the 38th and final. Mamba has himself 11 goals for Cottbus. He's leading the way. Had himself an opportunity earlier on, but just couldn't race to the ball. Look for him to be involved as always. Of course, Philipp Hoffmann leading the way for Braunschweig with 11 goals so far. Alto behind him with 5. Rangelov backs up Mamba on the Cottbus side with 7 tallies to his name. First corner coming up. The 10-minute mark. Not enough height on that delivery. As a result, we go back out. Build-up must begin once more. Something to loft it through, and a beautiful save there. Up close and personal. Only thing you could have asked more was for him to hold on to it. Oh, I thought that I'd got a piece of that there. Not the case. Still solid reactions to get out there and make the play happen. Looking to continue that pressure. Moving forward at a controlled pace, but Fitzner has a different idea. Launching his man forward. Jose Junior. Montewila getting it away, but offense comes right back for Braunschweig. That one off target by just a hair, but offsides. Regardless, solid effort. Spahn just a little bit behind the line. He had his spot picked as well. Really wanted that one, not happening this time. Clever play to keep it moving. Unfortunately not on the same page. It's Steli Mamba to defend Weidlich. Support from Tim Kruse gets the job done. Now the transition looking to begin, but miscommunication or just a misfire there on the through ball. Unable to get that one was Weidlich under any circumstances, really. Even given the fresh legs, 12 minutes in, and Mamba looking to spring himself free. Another offside whistle and flag being raised. I believe that's the 4th or 5th we've had so far. Just shows the aggression and attacking mentality that these two teams have today. Wonderful 1:30 local time start. Beautiful sunny day. A better day to have your fate sealed on the last match day of the third league, after all. On the toss into the box. booted out. A solid volley. Had the right speed, height, just a little bit off on the aim. May have been challenging for the keeper to get to, but ultimately we will never find out. I'd like to toss it in. Quicker build up now. Looking to cut the play back against the grain quite frequently here on Cottbus. It certainly allows some space to open up. If they can get themselves moving in stride, it can be dangerous. Angelo. Long attempt there from way out the box. Deflected away. On the near side, the attack continues. Weidlich with some space, but it's poked out and away. Play on, says the referee, as he tries to thread that one through to Mamba. Defense picking it off quickly and effectively. Change of possession. Back and forth we go. And almost breaking free there with a clear track to goal was Feigenspan. Second opportunity for that play to occur. 0 for 2 at the moment. Still looking for our first solid shot on goal. Spahic did make a save, although, or rather not Spahic. He almost had to make a save on the volley earlier. Freitas, all the way back to the keeper. Spahic getting a touch as well. Freitas playing it forward. Flicked up again towards Mamba. Loose ball. That one's going to be booted down all the way. Calm things down for a moment. Freitas to the back line once more. Spahic. Robert Müller. Schneider finding his man. Aerial battle won by Cottbus this time. Slowly moving up the pitch in numbers. Just a lone man back. Certainly showing confidence. And now itching forward a little bit is Hoffmann. 9 for Braunschweig in yellow. To get himself free and add another goal. Make it 12 for the season. Quicker build-up, but the Braunschweig formation holds strong. Pressuring the carrier, but not overly aggressively. Waiting for a mistake to happen. There hasn't been one for a little while, but just when I say that, possession switches and switches back once more. Chance to catch them off on the break here in the box. Getting shoved over. Mamba trying to thread his way through. One was a little out of reach. Perhaps selling the bump a little bit. 18 minutes down. Either side really able to dictate their style of play yet. We've seen some flashes from both sides. Some of the ideas and game plans they've come up with. In terms of possession, at least recently, Cottbus has been holding on to the ball for just a little while longer. We'll see if Braunschweig can get themselves a little possession time here. Get some people back into the game. That sequence ending rather quickly. Back on the back line. Up the pressure from Cottbus' top scorer, Mamba, as this one is curled into the box. Looking for Ba in the middle. But the line holds strong the other way as well. First corner for Braunschweig coming up now. One apiece after this one. Solid distance, cleared out for a moment. Still in play, but not in dangerous hands as of right now. Deciding to play all the way back to the keeper, retaining possession, as Fejzic will just launch that one to the wrong color. Back at midfield once more. Controlling is Kansa. Kievski with it now. In stride, has some space. Decides to go for the through ball. Hoffmann there, gets away from one. Unintentionally perhaps, but he still does his job. And that one cleared up high. Not out of play. Still a potential attacking scenario here. Solid back pressure to keep that one in the attacking third for Braunschweig, or on the defensive end if you're a Cottbus supporter or have that mindset. Kansa back to Fejzic, and he will launch it out once more. Looking to get more aggressive now. He knows it's what his team needs. There's a reason he's got himself 11 goals. Solid challenge. Not too happy with the defensive effort was Matuila, but his team have an opportunity to prove him wrong, and they do just that. Winning possession straight from the throw. Always a lovely sight to see as a defensive player or anchor, so to speak. Makes your job easy and transition that much quicker. We are in Braunschweig's barn, but there are plenty of visiting supporters to cheer on Cottbus, get themselves a victory today, keep themselves in the third division, hunting for more. Crash defense there. Everybody falling over and into each other, but the ball somehow gets out. Allows everyone a moment of pause. We haven't had too many of those so far. couple quick goal kicks and 2 relatively quick corners as well, both of which ended up not being in the keeper's mitts, which usually gives everyone still a few seconds to trot back and get a breather, but it has been an aggressive opening half as we get ourselves an aggressive challenge. Fitz are getting back in time, but just a little too aggressive with the leg, impeding his man's vision. Or vision, rather not. Path he wanted to take. You can see just fine. Freitas and Bull having a little conversation. Freitas will be lining up to fire this away. Getting on the back line. Tuwila just hovering on the back, seeing if he can get lost amidst all the white jerseys as we get ourselves a little treatment on the pitch. Magic sponge in a little water. Looking to be in a little bit of discomfort. Not gonna have to wait for a few moments as this long bomb is nowhere near the cage. Looked to have a little promise at first, but ultimately that didn't even fall within. Or almost flew out of the box itself. Captain back on the field as we resume with that goal kick. 20 minutes to go in the opening half. Still no score. Both of these teams fighting to stay out of the relegation spots as that one is deflected up and out of play. Another strong challenge coming in. Take a look at how it all went down. Caught himself in the middle of a bunch of Cottbus jerseys and took a little bit of a tumble. It seems as if that discomfort will be enough to take him out of the game. First, not going to be taking off the armband. And the substitution, Yariotto coming in his place. All smiles for the youngster as he gets himself an opportunity to make a difference in this game. As Forsner comes off to celebration and consolation, both bundled up into one. As he would love to be on that pitch right now, helping his team. And it's just going to have to step in for it. Couple collisions. The line holding strong. Headed into the box. On target, and Bear gets that one towards the cage. And we've got ourselves a penalty. Let's have a look at what the referee sees. It looked like that was a handball to me. Caught him on the upper part of the bicep. We'll take a look at it here. Right there. Yeah, you could argue the shoulder, but it certainly looks a bit close. thinking that maybe that one was deflected off of the defender's hand. Not quite sure. We're going to have ourselves a little discussion. And absolutely furious are the Cottbus side. They don't like it at all. And they've got to be careful before people start getting yellows or reds. This game can get out of hand for them before the half has even come. And here we go, card coming out. Second yellow of the game. Not for Dimitar, of course. Otherwise, he would have been shown a red as well. It's a tough job being the referee. One team's going to love you, one team's going to hate you when you give out these kinds of situations. Stepping up will be Feitzner, taking the captain's armband from the now on the bench Stefan Forstner. Doesn't put a lot of power behind it, but he didn't have to. Keeper went the wrong way. Bottom right corner. 1-0 Braunschweig off what would some argue is a controversial penalty, but you take the goals how they come, especially on the last day of the season. Tarilla and Feitzner getting themselves into a little bit of a back and forth. The keeper's going to stop that one, even if it doesn't have the power of a rocket ship. It's just too close to the post. And if you can place it there, you're going to probably score 9 times out of 10. And that 10th time is because you missed. Big goal. It always is on the last day when you're at the bottom end of the table. Again, a draw is all Braunschweig need to stave off that relegation. A victory just means that Cottbus are put in a poor position. Some aggression here to develop. Looking for Mamba once more. Just a little too far out of his reach. See what kind of change of tactics are employed here. Content with 1 goal for Braunschweig, or looking for a second one. And we know that Cottbus were already looking for that goal, like both teams were to start this one, but now down by one, approaching the second half. It's got to get started. It's got to get started quickly. At the same time, you don't want to be caught getting too aggressive. That's how you get scored on in transition off the break. Trying to lead Mamba past the back line a couple times so far. He's been close, and you could keep going to that well. With that challenge, the play stopped dead. Hoffmann arguing, hey, what did I do? But Altawilla saying, hey, he came in a bit aggressively. And the referee agrees with him. Back to possession football. They've got themselves a moment to move with it. As that one is chopped away. Free kick coming up. Not liking that a little bit, or at all, was Nakan Saba. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, coming in with the boot raised a little bit. And at the moment, with how the other games are going on in the third Bundesliga, Cottbus now sitting in the 17th spot, the final relegation spot, the one closest to not being relegated. As the game that is valuable to them has not in their favor. Grossbach and Köln are the teams that Cottbus are looking out for. Grossbach, we're sitting in that spot that Braunschweig are now, with these live updated tables, as this is the final day. Grossbach have got themselves the lead against Köln, and so that means that Cottbus are now in that relegation spot. They need to get themselves a point in this game at the very minimum, although a victory would be a much, much safer bet. Interesting to know if the coach will relay that information to them at halftime, or if he'll keep them in the dark, so to speak. Yeah, you can say we've still got 45 minutes to make something happen. This game getting a little chippy. Team's getting a little talking to. Certainly going all out to try and will this one for his team. And still plenty of time in the second half, but the first half is slowly coming to an end. On the far side, Braunschweig advancing. Wide open pass here on the left. They're not going to go for it. Streaking through, tipped away just in time. Long volley, and a low one at that. Had the power, had the placement, but the defense was there just a little quicker. Hoffmann now. Hoffmann gets around one. Tries to play it back through and just barely getting kicked away by Spahic. Quick reactions from the keeper. as his own teammate Daniel Boll tried to score. Inadvertently, of course, but that was the situation developing. Let's have another look. Hoffmann's a big guy, and he's also got some speed behind him. He really worked his way around the defense, got himself just that fraction of a second to try and thread the ball through, and he was almost rewarded with a goal. Headed on target, but on the wrong side of the post. And of course, well, there was a shove in the back as well. It's a brilliant run. There was time and space on the left as well. And credit the defense for getting back in time. Sticking out that leg just in time as well. I believe that was Leon Schneider in white and red for Energie. As this one is launched up and out of play. Strong challenge coming in against Duila and Hoffmann. Showing his sportsmanship there, giving him a little tap on the hand. Just two guys going for a ball in the air. Collisions happen, tumbles happen. Weidlich had a little space, he just wasn't quick enough to the ball. His position wasn't too great either. Not his doing though. Up the other way, Marcel Ba with a step on the defense, threading it through towards Hoffmann, but cleared once more. Another brilliant run. And much deserved appreciation from the keeper. Beat cleanly, and he's the last man to make any kind of play, Robin Becker. Or the Robert Muller. Becker 16 for Braunschweig, of course. Third opportunity from the corner for Braunschweig. Solid delivery, better positioning by the defense. They get themselves a little room to work with, and some pushing and shoving from behind. Now we've got ourselves a little bit of a battle. Hoffmann getting dragged down amidst all of that, not quite sure what was going on. But a strong challenge ends up, and what would have been a simple whistle and free kick is now turned into a yellow for Weidlich and Fitzner. So the goal scorer gets himself one in the netting and one in the books. There's the sequence that led to all of that. Selling that one a little bit was Fitzner. Getting a mouthful from the rest of the Energie back line and some of the midfielders as well. Another long, lofted ball. Hoffmann is there. Keeper is there quicker. And forcing Spike to play that one in an uncomfortable position. Offside. Things have gotten a bit choppier since that penalty was handed out. All it takes is one moment in a game for things to bubble over a little bit. Given the stakes, it's not surprising that this one would get a little physical, perhaps a little bit nasty. That's terrific to see as long as the players keep it sportsmanlike. Pushing, shoving, and a little bit of yelling is all well and good. When you get into any other extras, well, then it just becomes a bit classless, really. Cross through. Defense is there. Follow-up attempt right on target as well. Looked like he bobbled that one for a moment with Spike, but he gets away with it. He launches it down. And shoved from behind, out of position. Not liking the non-call there are the supporters. And, well, either side supporters, because there is a Braunschweig man down, holding his foot at the midline, and that one curled through and right over the head of Mamba, as he's going to run up to the ref and argue his case. It's looking like he a bit of a limp and lumber to his step right now. Hopefully he's all right, back and moving. Seems to be trotting along a little bit. Already been one substitution due to injury for Braunschweig. They do not want to have a second. And this is a valuable player as well. And seems to be moving around just fine at the moment. As he is marking the man with the ball right now. Cross through towards the box and sailing over the head of anyone dangerous. Goal kick once more, as the first half should be coming to a close in just a few minutes. We'll see how much time to be added on to the first 45. 2 minutes seems about right. It's been a pretty free-flowing game so far through 45 minutes. Free kick awarded. No pocket grabbing, so no more cards to dish out. We've had ourselves a couple so far. And if this is the first half, second half should certainly be quite entertaining as well. We expect the physicality to go up, 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 as Braunschweig have themselves another opportunity. Ba back out towards Putaro. Putaro getting around two, taking a shot on target, and Sahic is there. Spahic rather is there with the save in time. Solid placement, wonderful individual effort to open up some space. Our finish was something to be left a little more of, so to speak, but at the same time, given that angle and area of the box, you need a real special effort to beat any kind of keeper from there. Cottbus moving up, looking to get themselves at least one before the break, and those through balls have just not been there for them in this game. They're going to need to switch it up in the second half if they have any hope of creating themselves better offensive opportunities, because at the moment, well, they really haven't shown much of anything. Haven't troubled the keeper all too much. Vasic has had a few moments where he's had to pop out of his box, but ultimately he's been kicking it out from goal quite a number of times, as most of the offensive opportunities that Energie Cottbus have been putting forward have been lead balls for that man that was down, Streli Mamba, their top scorer. And it's beautiful and effective when it works. But you've got to hope and pray that you get the pass right, the run right. The defenders have to be in the right or wrong position, depending on how you look at it. So far, just the one goal scored came off a penalty. Fitzna in the 30th minute is the official time. We've got ourselves 4 yellow cards shown so far in this game. And the referee's seen enough for the first half. 1-0, a penalty being our lone goal so far in the 38th and final match day of the Bundesliga. Things can still change in the table depending how this one shakes out, but at the moment, Braunschweig certainly feeling good about themselves. They've got the minimum of 1 point that they need so far to get past those fears of relegation, not regulation. Whereas their opponents, well, they've still got some work to do. They currently sit in one of those bottom 4 spots. They need themselves a little motivation and perhaps a little miracle to stave off that relegation. We'll be back in the second half for more commentary and, of course, a terrific finish.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta.
Welcome back, folks. Second half about to begin. We've got ourselves 2 substitutions, as you see. Looking to get a more offensive, fresh-footed approach to this second half. And a much-needed one is that, rather. It'll be interesting to see whether these changes actually do impact the speed and pace that they want to play at, because, well, it was there in flashes during the opening half. It just relied too much on targeting one man over and over, and that one man is Mamba, to try and get something, anything going. And now with only 45 minutes to go, there's no time to sit back and wait for your moment. They have to go out and make that moment happen. It's easier said than done, of course. I'll see if there's any formation changes. As you see, plenty of players leap forward already. Look at all those Braunschweig defenders packed around. 2, 4, 6, 8 players hounding the Cottbus players right now. Long attempt, deflected into the box, follow-up chance, and that one is going to be waved off. Free kick coming up, but not in the way that Cottbus would have liked. No penalty this time around, as that challenge certainly taking the wind out of a couple players. Let's take a look at it once more. Looking for the top corner. Looked like it was in a good position as well. And then a 50-50 ball, with the defender getting there just a little bit quicker. Muller getting there just in the nick of time. Or Becker, rather. Getting my 16s mixed up once again. On the defensive side, Reitlich getting away, keeping the play moving. Intercepts, but that one going to hobble out of play. The flow for his team stifled for the moment. A strong start to the second half for them. A couple of early chances. Hoffmann surrounded. He still has possession. Tries to curl that into the box. Takes a deflection. And a long, long shot from Pitsna goes nowhere but the track. Certainly kills a little bit of time for his team. And at the moment, time is something they have plenty of. Again, they, with 3 points, heck, with 1 point, Braunschweig are perfectly content with that. They will get themselves out of that regulation spot. So they can concede this 1 goal if they want, but they don't want to open the floodgates. Whereas Cottbus, oh, they sit in that 17th spot out of 20. One of 4 relegation teams at the moment. And this is the last day of games. Still a couple to be played as the day moves on, but this is it. The final chance and huzzah you get in this year's competition. Now, neither of these two are going to any international competitions as a team after this. Some individuals might be called around here or there. And you can look at this as a last audition for next year. And certainly on the Energie side, they want to keep their Bundesliga hopes alive. Now, going into relegation, they can still get out of it by winning, but you don't want to put yourself in that position in the first place. Moving forward with a little bit of finesse to themselves, but ultimately just a little bit too much, perhaps, as that one was going nowhere. And quickly at that. Just a miscommunication on the left wing, perhaps. Solid back pressure creates an opportunity. Hoffmann intercepting. Unable to get away. Not a favorable bounce for him this time. Rangelov towards the middle. Headed away in style. And then kept up and out of the corner. Spectacular defensive play. It's not going to make any highlights, but that's the kind of thing the coach and the defenders love to see. Not going to force yourself to give up that set piece from the corner, which is just another way you can let the team back in, force them to throw, secure a possession, not get an immediate offensive opportunity. Ultimately, Braunschweig gained control in their own third at the moment, but not for too long. Matuila playing that one along. Comes right back. Matuila, now we've got ourselves a whistle. Stoppage in play as Freitas writhing around on the ground for a moment. Took a challenge from Fitzner. Again, our lone goal scorer so far, back in the 30th minute. Bottom right corner penalty kick. Penalty shot, whatever you feel most comfortable saying or hearing. Either way, he's got the lone goal. That's what matters at the moment. And Marcelo Freitas to get a little treatment. Will have to wait to rejoin play whenever the linesman gives him the opportunity. Long ball towards the opposite end. Checked out for a corner, or a throw rather. Not a corner. Chance to create something here for the visitors. I'd like to toss this one in. Long throw into the box. Headed up. Still in a dangerous area. Depending on who can get it when it hops back down, and it will be Cottbus. Chance here on the left wing. Into the box, Marcelo Freitas chips that one around, and it's going to sail out of play. Not sure if the defender got a piece of it, and indeed he has. Corner coming up. All the set pieces they could want, they need. Nifty little move to even create some space for himself. Defender read it quite well. Maybe a little telegraphed, but Freitas with the delivery. Backside post. Punched away from danger, although the ball still in a precarious area. Curled in once more. Cleared out once more. Defense still holding the line. Schulte towards the middle. Headed on target and a little too close to the target. It's the wrong one though. The goalkeeper right there in time, in position. No chance, apart from a blunder, for that one to go in. Solid contact though. Frustrated with the finish, as he should be, as Müller had himself a solid position and opportunity to square this one up at one. That was the sequence that Cottbus needed in the first half at some times, perhaps, to gain themselves a little confidence. They have put the home side on the back foot right now for the opening 3-4 minutes or so of this second half because we've had some stoppage times, injuries, some substitutions. Fitzner will be taking his leave on the bench. He's got himself 1 goal so far. The supporters letting him know their appreciation. And here it is. Matchday, another big man, much like Hoffman, tall and imposing in a sense, as we get ourselves another card being shown. This one to Hoffman, his first. A little too aggressive on the challenge. They have pulled down the defender a little bit there. Either way, the decision has been made. Yellow card shown. Another man booked in this one. Freitas playing it along. Chip towards the near wing. Right on target, but the first touch was left desiring, as was that one. A couple of errors in a row means Marcelo Freitas still has some time with the ball. That's his man near side, curled towards the middle, and looking for a handball. They get it, it's a penalty. Oh, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, or so they say. An opportunity from 11 meters out to square this one away. Clear infraction of the rules there. Not intentional, of course, but that's just the way things go. As Mentz gets that one right on the forearm. And here we go. 1-1. Squared away at 1. Relegation may yet not be on the cards. We've still got plenty of time to go, and one of the substitutes has got it done. The change in personnel has led to a goal. Fabio Viteriti getting himself the equalizer 56 minutes in. His first real opportunity at a crack-hit goal, and from about as perfect of a position as you would like, one-on-one with the odds in your favor. And this one just got a lot more interesting. Two schools of thought on this one. Number one, Braunschweig just sitting back with numbers. Just too far back, too relaxed. Allowing Cottbus to come and attack them. That's not going to work 9 times out of 10. It hasn't this time. Or on the other hand, some of those fresh legs, maybe a talking to in the dressing room during the half. Something changed when they stepped foot on the pitch for the second half, and that changes a goal. They have themselves a couple great opportunities in the opening 5 minutes of this half. It's taken them 12 minutes, but they've got it. And now they've got the momentum as well, and that's the dangerous part here. Braunschweig, the cards still in their favor. They've got the 1 point they need for that draw. Number one, can they hold on to it? And number two, will other games go in their favor? Again, with a loss here, things could change very drastically. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Chipped in towards the box, volley off target. Looked like a solid connection. Unfortunately, that connection was nowhere to be found. Had to stretch out just a bit too much. I could say, hey, try and control it, bring it down, take a better shot. Well, that's easier said than done. The updated standings, of course. Grossnassbach still in the lead. So they've got themselves 45 points at the moment if the game's ended right this second. Of course, now that it's a draw, moving from that 14th back to the 16-17 slot is Braunschweig. Again, 1 point is enough for them to remain outside of the relegation spots. But a loss coupled with some other results as the day goes on could spell the end, I should say, of their hopes and dreams. Too aggressive of a challenge, the referee believes. Mentz not having the best second half so far. Handball and penalty given up. And now a little aggressive on the challenge. As Feigenspan looks down in a little disappointment. Half an hour left in this one. The momentum in the visitors' favor. Chipped in towards the box, headed away from danger. Should have made the run there. Giving up the ball, and as a result, the transition. Freitas challenged from behind. Easy free kick given. And not liking that one at all is the substitute Otto. Came on earlier in the game to replace the injured captain, Forstner. Using the wings effectively right now are Cottbus, earning themselves another opportunity in the box as that one is deflected. It's a friendly Braunschweig feet, but not cleared out of danger completely. Marcelo Freitas back towards the back line. Lobbed into the box. 1-on-4, but getting there in time. Unfortunately, the bounce just not favorable this time. Rangelov will have to trot back and try again. Looking for offside. They may get it, but it was also chipped out of play as well. Either way, a victory, a small one at that, for the Cottbus back line. Flicked on. Mamba. 1-on-2. Has a little sliver of room to work with on the touchline. Manages to work his way up just a little bit, but earns the throw. Possession still with his side. Look at where Spahic is, all the way out at center. Trying to help his team make a play. Again, they need victory. A draw will not cut it, especially with the state of the other games. These two tied with 45 points apiece along with Gross Asbach as of the current standings, and it's goal differential that separates the three. Gross Asbach have themselves a 2-goal lead over Köln at the moment. Relevant because that is the direct competition to these two, more notably towards Cottbus at the moment. But with a 2-goal lead in time starting to tick away, that lead looks rather safe, so it will have to be a win or bust, potentially. Potentially, that's certainly the way it looks at the moment. Needing that extra point to stave off that 17th position. Hoffman not able to keep that one in, arguing he was pulled a bit, but it's just the nature of the game as he gets back into position, hopefully for himself before the ball is played, but looking to get things moving rather quickly are the visiting side. Hoffman finds his man. Long shot deflected. Up and out of play. Corner coming up. Kills some time. It doesn't look like there's going to be a corner given, which is baffling considering the situation. That was an obvious case of a deflection. The play rumbles on. Not gonna like that one are the Braunschweig supporters or team. That's just the way things go sometimes. Mistakes are made. So you respond to them. That ultimately matters. Beautiful lead passing. Solid touches. Leads to a corner this time around. An opportunity to strike once more for the visitors. '67th minute, still time to go. But what a goal it would be. Curled in, headed away from danger. All the way to the back line. Not looking to go back further than that. Aggressive once again, pushing the play up. Forcing the home side to make mistakes. They've done that here. Looking to play quickly, catch them off guard. Rangelov, near side. Looking to curl this one through once he gets an opportunity. Decides to go back. Beautiful delivery towards Mamba. The defense doing a better job. Looking to turn and fire. Brought down, free kick awarded. Just outside the box. Dangerous situation as Becker gets a little bit too aggressive, marking his man, and he knows the mistake he's just made. Thankfully for him, it's not a penalty. It certainly was pretty close, though. And that would have really spelt danger for the home side, but still, this opportunity is nothing to scoff at. Our goals so far, both penalties. Fitzna in the 30th minute and Itariti in the 57th. It's just 10 minutes ago. Will we have another? It's going to require a decent enough strike to score from here. Chip towards the corner, and not this time. Rangelov with the opportunity. Head in his hands. And again, it's going to take a real effort to get it over the bar. Or the wall, rather, and then under the bar. Solid effort. It's a difficult situation to make something happen from. Close enough that the keeper is immediately effective if that ball gets into the box slow enough. The amount of players you can shove up in front of that wall makes it hard for a more direct approach towards goal. Given points for creativity, but unfortunately goals are not made from points. Rangelov curls it back through. Mamba is there. Finds an open man. Ill-advised shot. Had plenty of space to try and run with it. Decided to goal for goal. And once again, we've got ourselves an injury going on. Substitute Otto, who came in for the injured Forstner, is now on the grass himself, and it looks like it's going to require a substitution. Judging by the reaction from himself. Caught in the shin perhaps with the boot on the follow through of the shot there. That one's gotta hurt. Certainly leave a mark. Hopefully for Otto, nothing is seriously wrong. Making his way off the pitch. Not completely on his own power, but good to see that he can at least put some pressure on that leg. And on the ankle, it looks like that's the main focus of his discomfort at the moment. Another substitution. And there we go. Off his own power. Seems to be good to go. So not that serious after all. He's going to have to wait on the sidelines for a bit. Rather strange occurrence there. Rolled around on the ground longer than he was off the pitch for. Either way, an opportunity presents itself and scraped away in the box. Solid defending from Matuila. And it's going to be a free kick in a rather dangerous area at that. A chance for Braunschweig to get themselves back in the lead. Yeah, it looked like he clipped him on the foot. They're arguing that he went over the foot and launched himself. That's a solid defensive play from Weidlich. He has been pretty active in this game. Yellow card, a couple defensive plays. This is a potential game-changing moment here. Curled through on target, right at the defense though. Pressure averted. Two of them really going at it on the near sideline. Collision in the air, play on, says the ref for a moment, but ultimately the kick is given towards the home side. I think the tougher of that, it looks like it's the lone Energie goal scorer. Headed up towards goal. Almost followed up with another opportunity. It's Matuvila going to walk this one out. Or Weidlich, rather. Quick toss. Weidlich on the ball once more. In towards the box. Viteriti. Hoffmann trying to sprint his way forward. He does get there in the end. Not in full stride like he would have liked, but he still disrupts the back line enough to kill a little time on that clock, get his team closer towards the end of this one. Mamba near side, looking to make a run for himself. Support is strong, just a tie-up, says the referee, but Mamba is there in speed and style. Gets that one right back. He's got support with Marcelo Freitas. Freitas dancing around a little bit, finds Mamba. That one poked away, and Freitas is there again. He's collided into, but it's just wrong place, wrong time, as that one is floated too far. A little curl on it in the end. Could have caught up to it, perhaps. And we're looking just another 15 minutes. That's whatever time is added on. At this point, a conservative 3-minute estimate. Clearly offsides, no doubt about it. Schneider holding the line well. Time ticking away. It's still all offense on the board for Cottbus. They need another goal to stay alive. It's third division. All Cottbus need is one goal to get themselves through into the box. That's some distance, solid opportunity to shoot, but too much of a bobbler to get anything off there. Visitors still in the possession. Hoffmann with a solid effort as he wants to get everyone a little more excited. Get the crowd right back into it. It's nerves all around in the stadium. Clearance towards Hoffmann. He's got to buy some time. Move this one upfield just a little bit. Unfortunately, midfield is about as far as they can get at the moment because they've got all of their players in the defensive end. Shot from behind, looking for a foul. Not going to happen. Through ball finds its way there. One-on-one. With support trailing slowly at that. Still rolling around midfield, one of the Braunschweig players. But the referee is having none of it. He wants to watch this game develop just as much as we do. Freitas gets it away. Mamba near side. Keeps it in. And he's going to have to sprint for it. It's there in the end. Becker all over him. Out towards the middle. Freitas with time and space, but a better defensive effort from Otto. Time blocked there from the youngster. Substituted in the first half. Looked like he may have been taken off due to injury just a few minutes ago. And now Hoffmann. A foot race for an opportunity. Hoffmann into the cage. He's taken down. And that is a beautiful defensive effort. All ball, man after. And Hoffmann can't believe it, but look at that. Beautiful. A couple defensive efforts on either side. certainly going to make these last 12, 15 minutes very exciting. Let's see if the corner lives up to that hype as well. Putaro to deliver. They are camped out right in front of the keeper. A little too much distance perhaps. But it's punched out by the goalkeeper, and we've got ourselves a whistle coming up. Approaching the final stretch now. 2-on-4 the other way. Strong, strong challenge. And that will certainly earn a card. Matuida uncarded so far. And so he's got himself his first yellow of the match, as Otto has taken another strong challenge. Took one to the ankle earlier, inadvertent of course, but this one, well, it certainly looked a little bit more intentional. An aggressive challenge at that, but aggression is the name of the game when you need one goal to win and keep your Bundesliga hopes alive. Minutes of solid defending will do the trick for the home side. And 10 minutes of more and more offense could do the side of Cottbus a massive favor, as that one sails wide right. Goal kick coming up. Substitution for the visitors taking place now. See if those fresh legs will pay dividends. Mamba on the sprint and attack. A little too aggressive on the challenge. Steps over his man in the end. Braunschweig supporters starting to stand up. The ones that weren't anyway. They could be sitting down just as easily. But a counter here, an opportunity to put this one away for good. Still in the box, time and space. Hoffmann takes it for himself. They have been better suited to let that one roll, as his team are going to have to work from the throw. Tried to do it himself there was Hoffmann. A little bit of tunnel vision could have cost his team an opportunity to go up by one once more. Closing minutes. Anything can still happen. Free kick awarded for that little pull. And throwing the ball away in the process, just trying to waste a little more time. It out with distance. Free kick awarded here. May have sold it a little bit. But Mentz has not had the best second half so far. Let's see if there was anything doing there. Perhaps a little smack to the chest, but nothing intentional. It looked like just a flailing of the arms a little bit. Energie Cottbus knocking on the door. Second goal. Both goals in this game coming from penalties. It certainly looks like it would take a third one to decide this at the moment. Headed into the box, or curled into the box rather. Still in play and headed far away from any danger. And we are now down to the last 5 minutes of the 90 we have allotted to these games. There will be no extra time, no penalties. None of that. The end after 90 plus stoppage. And one of these two teams will have their fates decided. And Braunschweig content with just the draw. Energie Cottbus need themselves the full 3 points to assure a tomorrow in the Bundesliga. And Matuvila, he's gone. That's his second yellow. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And with 10 men on the pitch now, it's going to be very, very difficult to get that go-ahead goal. There is still hope. And here's the challenge that earns him the yellow. A little quick, a little aggressive. You can't fault him for wanting to try, but perhaps a bit excessive given the situation. Couple more minutes to add to the stoppage timer. And with 10 men now, it certainly looks like a much, much tougher situation for Cottbus to try and salvage. Credit to them for even getting the one in this game. On the road, backs to the wall. They've put forward a solid effort. At times a bit too hectic and aggressive. And certainly their strategy in the second half has been much more effective. You can also credit that to Braunschweig for perhaps sitting back a bit too much at times. Letting the visitors come up and march down the field, get themselves opportunities. Final sub, Hoffmann will be calling it an afternoon. He's done what he can for his team. He's disrupted the back line, created some pressure, got himself a yellow card in the process. He won't end his season with 12 goals, but 11 is still nothing to scoff at. Duka will be put in for the last couple minutes here. Some fresh legs to create some pace up front. Last few opportunities. The counter and hold will be very, very prevalent. Into the box we go. Duka, the substitute. Getting knocked around a little bit, but he keeps possession. That's what he's got to do here. Buying more time. Defending the ball in the corner. If he can get his team a corner, that's even better. He'll settle for a throw, though. Challenge from behind, free kick awarded. '90th minute coming up. And we'll see how much will be left to be added on. Last chance saloon is open for business. Things are not looking too good for the visitors. Already down a man. Time is short. The offensive opportunities have not come consistently enough. They've had flashes of what seems like brilliance. Now that Braunschweig have found their footing once more and looked a bit flat to open this second half, things are starting to shift back to the way they were in the first half. It was a lead for the home side. And all that momentum from the penalty seems to have fizzled out. Free kick awarded. Still a dangerous chance, an opportunity here. Set pieces are what Braunschweig have to try and avoid. They've got the numbers advantage in free play situations. But when it comes to bringing men forward, as you would expect Cottbus to do at the moment, well, they've got everything to play for. If they lose, they lose. They need to win. In we go. Mamba towards the middle and steered away by the defense at the last moment. Oh, it doesn't get much closer than that. Five minutes to be added on. That's quite a bit of time. With a few set pieces or a couple lucky breaks, we could have ourselves a very different ending to this game. Again, 10 men on the field for Cottbus. Atuila ejected after his second yellow just a few minutes ago. Towards the box, headed on and cleared away from danger. Backline is going to just launch this one forward once more. Try and catch them napping and making a mistake. Defense heading it out. Looking to still keep play moving. Mamba. There's going to be some talking along the lines here. Not quite sure what the situation is. A yellow card will be awarded to one of the Energie players on the bench. A red card being shown. Mentz will be out of this one. And now 10 aside, with time continuing to tick away. Let's take a look at it. Looked like it was out. Came up and slammed into the player. Now at the same time, you can say, well, his momentum carried him. It doesn't look like the referees want any nonsense in this one to finish this season off. Mentz is gone. He was the reason for the penalty and the lone goal so far for Cottbus. Tried to make a defensive play. Ball struck his arm in the box. Vinteretti finished it off with the penalty. Throw-in awarded. All of the Braunschweig players anxiously awaiting the end of this one. Still 2 minutes to go on the clock. Might have a couple more seconds added on given that scuffle back down in the Braunschweig end. 3-on-1 in the corner. Ball poked away. Wrapped up. Definitely going to be a card for that. Or a free kick, rather. If he had dragged him down, we would have seen a card for sure. Long ball up. Bouncing free for Braunschweig. Trying to make a run for it here, near side, Feigenspach. Couldn't get away from the two defenders. Cottbus moving the wrong way. Another long ball all the way up the length of the pitch. Headed around, brought down to Braunschweig feet, but headed out once more unintentionally. Final minute on the final day of games, deciding which of these two could perhaps be in relegation, not regulation. That word is just causing me troubles today. At the moment, it's Cottbus who are in the 17th spot out of 20 on the 4 teams. We'll have to duke it out to see who will survive and who will drop down one more division. Solid defensive play, keeping that one out of harm's way in the box. All kinds of yellow and blue jerseys back. Everyone coming forward for Cottbus. Will we see the goalkeeper? Chipped in the box. Headed up and away from danger momentarily. Last opportunity here. Will we have a proverbial buzzer beater? Into the box. Off target, cleared away from danger. Foot race now. It's all going to rest on these laurels. Braunschweig emerge. And that will be the end. The whistles have sounded. It is over. 1-1 the final score, with a couple of penalties being our goals. And Braunschweig survived by the skin of their teeth. There were a couple close opportunities at the end, and they cheer like they have won the title. But in the end, they stave off any kind of elimination. Whereas Energie, their fates have been sealed. They lose this one, they are in those relegation spots. Their fates will be decided in the coming matches. But a thriller to the very end in this one. It took the very last couple moments to really decide this, but in the end, Braunschweig win this one in their hearts. A draw on paper, but on the table is what's really important. They sit at the bottom, but not out.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von BWin.
Ja, Braunschweig jubelt und Energie Cottbus ist natürlich zu Recht absolut enttäuscht angesichts dieses Abstiegs in die dritte Liga. Hier sind jetzt eben die ersten Feuerwerkskörper auf den Rasen geflogen. Die Polizei hat sich bereit gemacht und sichert die Szenerie ab. Wir warten natürlich noch, inwiefern die Braunschweiger Fans hier gleich auch noch das Stadion stürmen werden, um mit ihrer Mannschaft den Klassenerhalt zu feiern. Und wir warten natürlich auf die Verantwortlichen beider Mannschaften. Gratulieren Eintracht Braunschweig zum Klassenerhalt und wollen natürlich mit Energie Cottbus sprechen, wie es weitergeht. Jetzt aber erstmal weiter bei euch oben, Gary.